So a lot of people are given fun nicknames when they're younger. My nickname was Retard. I was diagnosed with autism at a very young age, and an autism diagnosis, it's like a box. Even if you're extremely capable mentally, it's a box that's very hard to get out of. Until I was 6 years old, I was barely able to speak a straight sentence on my own. My vocal and mental development were considerably delayed compared to that of other students my age. So I remember one day I was in algebra class and I was having a really hard time following what was going on. Math has never been my strong subject. And I remember one day walking out of class after a really hard day, and somebody just said, maybe if you weren't so retarded, you'd be able to understand it better. That was a regular day for me in school. Most kids my age couldn't wait to go home for the day so they could socialize with their friends after school. Me, I didn't really have many friends. I just wanted to go home and cry myself to sleep. There were times that when I went home, I would just sit in bed and contemplate killing myself. What purpose do I have living in this world if every day I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be like this? When everyone else has given up on you, it's hard not to give up on yourself. So in high school, I was pushing very hard to get into a high-level English class. I was in the lowest level because they didn't believe I was capable of anything more. I remember taking a test actually which they claimed would have, if I passed it, would have allowed me to go into the higher level English class. So I took it, and they still refused to allow me to go into the higher level class. They claimed that I didn't do that well on a test. However, when I asked to see the results, they refused to show them to me or explain to me what I did so wrong on the test. I quickly realized that if I want the best education available to me, I'm gonna have to start taking matters into my own hands and would have to start educating myself. So that day I went home and I did what a lot of teenage kids do best. I went on the internet, only instead of going on Facebook, I started teaching myself all these different subjects that I was not learning about in school. I noticed how quickly I was learning just by teaching myself for not even an hour every day. And once I realized that my empowerment came from within myself, everything began to take off for me. 10 years ago, they said my speech would never amount to anything more than basic. In 2016, I was on a speaker panel at APAC with thousands of people looking on. 5 years ago, they said I couldn't write. Today, I write for two of Israel's largest newspapers and get thousands of readers reading my articles every single day. 4 years ago, they laughed at me when I said that I would join the Israeli army. What use does the state of Israel have with someone as dumb and fat as I was? Well, I just made Aliyah, moved to Israel, and in a few weeks, I'm gonna once again prove them wrong. One message I want to leave with you is this. If anyone out there tells you that you're not capable of doing something for whatever reason, just smile and tell them, watch me.